Peepus Poopus. Welcome to the final episode of this season's podcast. Yeah,
All right, so
that
let's
was a
clarify.
garbage intro.
Let's clarify what that means. So, me and Chan talked, and we've been like garbage at doing the podcast, and because Chan always forgets about it, because Jen,
I don't remember anything.
yeah, Shan's got Alzheimer's, not really, but
I might as
and
well.
and I remember it. I remember it every week, but I'm struggling. So it's so hard when I'm the only one coming up with topics for like every time. Like usually a podcast is like 3 or 4 people coming up with topics, but it's just me, so it's really hard to come up with topics every single week. And for the past like 3 weeks, I think it's been since we did the last one, I've been trying so hard, and I barely got anything. So we decided. I talked to Shan about it. Like, want to do like one final episode, and Shan was like, "Let's do one final episode, but call it like a season finale. So if we ever want to do it later, when we can possibly do it, we'll we'll leave that to be up for a possibility. Doesn't mean we are going to continue at some point. It means there's a possibility we will. But this could be the last one. It'll definitely be the last one for a while.
Yeah, to all two of you who care, thanks for being here.
I don't know how many subscribers that channel has, but to all,
Yeah, I don't know how many either. That's why I just said to all two of you.
I don't know. Hold on, me.
39. To the 39 of you who care. Actually, one of those is me. To the
And one of
38
those
of
is
you.
also me.
To the 36 of you who care.
Also, we to the one person in the podcast chat. Uh, I don't know about Chan, but I've been all right. I guess I don't want to say I'm good, but
Uh,
I'm not bad either. I just have a lot to
I've
deal with.
been I've been okay, I guess.
Fair enough. Yeah, today's been something. I don't feel. I feel like I've done nothing all day, which is true.
Me
I
too.
haven't. I try. I try. I was like watching YouTube basically all morning, and then when I finally tried to do something, woman texted, and I was like, "Well, okay, never mind."
Dang. Yeah, no, as soon as I woke up, it was therapy time, and then after that, Finn was like, hey, I'll want to call in 45 minutes, and I'm like, sure. Then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna bother starting on anything, because I figured we would probably end up doing this, so I would just get interrupted. So I have done nothing today.
Yeah, I tried recording the Shield randomizer Nuzlocke, but like I said, got interrupted.
Yeah.
But I have been a little productive boy, other than the past 2 days, for the past weekish, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks. Um, I showed by yesterday. I did a whole trailer. Yay for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you even put it in here?
Now I forget. I honestly I forget this server exists other than for the podcast. I'm
The only reason I forget it exists is because it's been pretty dead for like the last month.
yeah. I
Before that, there were people talking in here a lot. And then, like, I shouldn't even say last month, last 2 months or something. Because it was like before Christmas, everyone was like, all right, time to disappear.
gotcha. Yeah. I mean, when's the last time I put anything in here? It was just the Roll the Forgotten episode. So yeah. Jen, you gonna answer that, or I'm going to answer that
Oh, wait, was there a question?
in the podcast chat?
Oh. Well, you can answer it because I need to read it.
Oh my god. um, short answer is neither of us are good at talking to people. Um, that we don't already know well, and we've only really had one guest ever come on the podcast.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was because we already knew her.
Yeah, for like 8 months prior to that.
Yeah.
So, um,
I guess you could count the times that Gecko has randomly showed up as.
I wouldn't say she was a guest. I feel like more she was
She wasn't a guest. She just
a vocal audience member.
yeah, she just invited herself in.
Yeah, because she has overarching access to everything.
Yeah. Which isn't a problem. It's funny when she shows up.
Yeah.
It's just like she wasn't really a guest because we weren't expecting it.
Yeah. But yeah, if we ever do a season 2 of the podcast, I do feel like it'd be a good idea if we could to get more people on as guests, because that sounds like a good idea. How have auditions been for Chris? Gone, non-existent.
Yeah.
No
only
one person bothered to
one
audition.
person auditioned.
Yeah, it was you, actually.
Oh yeah, and it was you. Yeah. Okay, so one person auditioned, and other than that, there's been nothing. There was some people who said they were gonna audition and still haven't. It's honestly not that big of a deal since at the moment I'm focusing more on the Blue Knight than Vengeance, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But if I don't get too many auditions, I'm gonna do what I suggested Finn do, and what he did because it worked out well for him,
Yeah.
and go to Casting Call Club and put a thing out for Chris there.
Yeah. Actually, I can talk about that right now. So, I've had a really bad history with getting voice actors. And especially within the past, like, 2 years because my channel has been... It's been dead. It's no surprise. So, I've had a really tough time getting, like, just, I've tried so many times, and to, like, just make a video or a community post saying, hey, here's a Discord server you can try out. The last time I'm pretty sure that I did this, I got like 3 or 4 people to audition out of, the 7,700 plus subscribers I have. And like, even so, I know that not that many people are actually watching my stuff, but like, say the video got like I would imagine the video got like 100 views, maybe more, and still it was like 3 or 4 people auditioned. It was bad. And so Shan a while ago, I don't know how long ago, suggested me, oh, Casting Call Club, that site you tried to audition on, why don't you host your own auditions there? And I'm like, that's a solid idea. And to my surprise, I got 30 submissions, which is, quite a lot, especially compared to the 3 or 4 I was getting before. And especially since, no one knows who I am there. It was pretty impressive. And so, yeah, recently, for a scene on my channel with that trailer, I'm working on a little mini side series. I cast like 3 people. One of them was from Realm of the Forgotten. The other 2 were for the side series. But yeah, it's going. But yeah, it was a cool experience to meet new people through that. I've never actually... It's been like forever since I've actually gotten voice actors that weren't people I already knew. I can't think of the last time that happened. I think it was for Redemption. I think Phoenix was already all people I knew. And like, Realm of the Forgotten was still already people I knew. Like, it was like the only people that weren't in the friend group that are voicing it is Alicorn, who voiced for me before, and Star, who voices for you. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've gotten voice actors that are, you know, not people I already know. So it was cool. They're all nice. So, yay. I'm gonna send them lines this weekend. It's like 2 days. But yeah, I'm excited for this new little series. It's gonna be fun. Um, I don't know how it'll go, but I expect it to go well. Not in terms of analytics, but in terms of uh, you know people liking it. Anyways, Shan, you can speak
Um,
about what you're up to and stuff.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't have too much to say, but also for the question about this being the final podcast, it's the final episode for this season, which is just we're kind of out of ideas. If we come up with more ideas, the second season will happen. It's not for sure the end. It's not for sure going to continue. So yeah, it's in limbo.
Yeah, it's on hiatus.
Yeah. Anyway, for what I've been up to, wanting to die. But other than wanting to
Oh my
die,
god.
I'm joking about that. Well, mostly anyway. But other than that, I am learning a new game engine. For those of you who don't know, I used to try to make games years ago. Never finished them, except for one, but it was horrible, and no one gets to play that one because I made it for a school science fair.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, the only game I ever completed, and it was horrible. It was a platformer, but the way you progressed was by answering science questions.
Okay, I see why it's horrible.
Like, what is AL on the scientific table or something, you know? I don't even know if that is a thing, I don't remember. But, yeah, it was a very bad game. Never seeing the light of day again. Plus, I don't think I even have it anymore. But, anyway, like I was saying, learning a new game engine. I am just messing around with testing stuff right now, but I'm basing it off the Blue Knight, as I hope most of you know. The Blue Knight is the second series I have planned, other than Vengeance. The Blue Knight is original. Um, Something I would like to do, very unlikely, but I talked with Finn about this yesterday, is it'd be super cool if I could learn this engine, and if I was able to put out the game at the same time that the first two pilot episodes of the Blue Knight come out, because then you'd like be able to play the episodes, and then every time a new episode comes out, I update the game with the new episode's content in the game. You know, I think it'd be fun. It'd be cool. Doubt it'll happen just because I can barely even deal with the series themselves because I'm pathetic. But if I could, it'd be cool. I showed Finn and other people in the group a little video of the test I was working on in this. I think it was funny.
Yes, it was funny.
Maybe I'll make that public since I'm talking about it here anyway.
Yeah. Honestly,
Plus, the title says it's just a test, so.
yeah. Honestly, Shan, if you like finally regain that 2019 motivation, or even like half of it, since it's been like zero for the past like 2 years,
Yeah.
and you like get out this, like you can do the Blue Knight and you can do this game. I feel like having like the game along with it will boost its like popularity.
Oh yeah, definitely, because there's people always out there looking for new games on Game Jolt or whatever. Like, they're lots of YouTubers have like the 3 indie games or 3 horror games where they just play random games they find to see
Yeah.
what they're like, you know. So there's people out there who just go and try new games for fun. So that could be good for the popularity of the Blue Knight. So especially if I end up making a good game, although it would be doubtful if it's the first game I'd ever finish. But you know, who knows?
Well, I mean, just because it's the first game you ever finished doesn't mean it's gonna be one way or the others. Because you still have
As long as it's
experience.
entertaining, that's what I care about.
Yeah, honestly, like the concept of a game or like its execution doesn't have to be the greatest for it to be a fun game. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's plenty of examples I can think of. Like, think how simple like Pico Park is.
Yeah, that's a very simple game and it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. YouTubers are playing it and wanting to kill each other over it.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. There's other like simple games like God. If you remember like the 2019, 2018. I don't know what year it was. 20 somewhere between like 2017 2019, like the Scriblio craze. That is such a
Yeah.
simple game.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't know. There's a lot of simple games out. I think of me. I have like 80 hours.
You play Power Wash Simulator?
I have 80 hours on Power Wash Simulator. You heard that right. You don't
Yeah.
need to make this like, I don't know. You don't need to make this Elden Ring like complexity level game.
You're right.
It just needs to be fun. I mean,
You're right. I guess it's just because...
as long as it's fun and it's entertaining enough and it's not like too repetitive,
Yeah.
then it'll be enjoyable.
Yeah. I guess it's just because, like, the ideal kind of game I'd like to make is something like the quality of Deltarune, but, you know, that's obviously not going to happen on my first ever game. It's nowhere near it. It's just what I'd like, but that won't happen. I shouldn't
Yeah,
think
no.
on that too much.
Yeah, no. That was,
Honestly, the thing I'm most worried about with making the game is when it comes to music.
why?
Because, you know, like I said, I could sell the game, but I would need original music, so I'd need to figure that out.
I'm sure you could figure it out.
I'm sure I could. I know there's websites that you can make video game music on. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I don't know if they probably weren't good at all, but yeah. I'm sure I can figure something out.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I don't think any aspect of this will be too hard. I think it'll just be like I think the biggest hurdle will be time,
Yeah,
like how long it'll take, because you know making games
Yeah.
takes a while.
yeah.
But I think you definitely have the ability to do it. I think I think you definitely have the ability to make a decent game.
Well, thank you, Finn.
You're welcome.
If I did manage to make the game and put out the Blue Knight pilots, I would cream. I would cream my pants. I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm saying this as in like, dear God, I've been a failure the past 2 years. Can I please do something right already? So, it would be nice. I am going to try my best with this. Because, I mean, hey, you know, like, an original series? That's something new. In Blender? That's new. And a game? Oh, mama. You know, like, I'd be cool again, finally.
I'd be cool again. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure your audience, myself included, is very much waiting for something. for the past like yearish by now.
Yeah. And all I do is disappoint people. Heck yeah. No.
Bruh.
But other than the Blue Knight stuff I've been working on, because by the way, it's not just the game. Uh, I worked on a house. I worked on Blue's house. First time I've had to model a house, I can say that.
Yeah.
I thought it turned out all right. I finally learned how specular maps work, so I've been adding those to Blue Knight characters and stuff.
Okay. Hey, Finn, in like an hour, can you...
But I've enjoyed it. I've been making Ninjago models, so yeah.
Shan, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've only before like the Blue Knight, you've only modeled like characters and like weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be a very different for you to have to model like, you know, buildings and plants and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Every single
Like I told you, I'm having a hard time with getting the grass to work, but I'll figure it out.
I'm sure he'll figure it out. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, flabbergasted. I've not seen that word in a long time.
Yeah. To be fair, if anyone told me, like, yo, I got PewDiePie to voice act for me, like that's the equivalent of Finn here, I'd be pooping my pants, you know?
You flatter me, Shan. Yeah. I've been thinking about voice acting a lot lately. If I'm being honest, I've been like just when I'm home alone, which is a lot. I've just been like doing random impressions to like train my voice. I miss being able to do a lot of voice acting. I haven't been able to do much of any in the past year. And it's saddening. But oh well. I don't know. I don't want to lose my touch.
Yeah. I know I said I was going to try to audition for stuff on sites and all that too, but it's just every time I do, I look at the roles that are open, I look at a character, I'm like, oh, maybe I could do that. I try it. I don't upload it, but I like do a test in Audacity. I'm like, that's kind of cringe, bro. And then I listen to the other auditions and I'm like, yeah, no. I'm not doing this.
Fair enough. Yeah. I gave up not because like people were better than me, but I mean, I guess I kind of did, but it was not like I listened to other people and like, no, I'm not doing this. It was more of just like I tried a few times and I got no results. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Voice acting is something I feel like, you know, even if I never make a single dime off of it, I'm always just gonna do it because I love it.
Yeah. I get it.
Animation, maybe not so much, but voice acting, yeah. Animation, I feel like I will do for a while. I mean, I'll do it for the next few years, but I'm sure like there will come a point where I'm like, yeah, I have to focus on real life, and I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Be a sad day when Finn will quit YouTube and animation. Because I'm sure the two. I'm sure the two will go hand in hand, unless it's like.
I'm sure.
Unless I somehow randomly like quit animation like this year, but It's been in my brain a few times, but I've always told myself, no, Finn, you know better. You know better to listen to those intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been trying to like revitalize. Is that the word? Revive? I don't know. Whatever. No. my want to do this stuff by making this side series. I've been trying to and it's been working. I'd say. It's given me a much more of a want to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love. My as dumb as this is gonna sound, my channel on YouTube has been a journey. Like, I went from just some lowly FNAF animator to making a series, and then that flopped. I mean, people liked it, but like the story writing and dialogue was horrendous. And then I made another series, which was more original. It was still a quote-unquote FNAF series, but it was very original in the story and characters and whatnot. And
Yeah.
it went better. I definitely improved, but, like, it was still pretty cliche, pretty bad. There was definitely some good parts, but there was also definitely a lot of bad.
Yeah, not like that.
That was a good part. I don't know. There was a lot of good writing. There was a lot of bad writing. Well, not bad writing. It was just like mediocre writing, and I'm not selling for mediocre. I will say,
Yeah.
I feel like your vengeance has been a blessing and a curse for me. It is the reason I started making series and started story writing and voice acting, but that's different. And it has always been like, you know, I feel like I would have given up on all this if not for Vengeance's existence. But like, it's also been a curse up until like the past year, because I always compared like Redemption and Phoenix to Vengeance and made myself feel like I was doing awful. It just, every single episode I was never happy with because I compared it to Vengeance. And that's why it's been a blessing and a curse. Because none of this would
I get
happen
you.
if not for Vengeance. But also, holy crap. I compared what I was doing to Vengeance so much, and it just absolutely wrecked my self-esteem for animation and for story writing.
Yeah, no, I get it, man.
You know, I think a lot of the reason that doesn't happen anymore is just because, A, it's an original story, and B, I've, like, literally, like, canonically tried to rip it from Vengeance.
From Vengeance, yeah.
By making it in its own, like, making this whole, like, system, like, no, Genesis is not rolling over this. This is all my own thing. Like, canonically and literally. Like, I've just... And, like, I don't know, I've tried to... And even, like, something as small as, like, you made a lot of the characters for, like... Well, not a lot of the characters, but, like, any of the original models you made for Phoenix. And this one, it was the only, like, model you made was Hitori, and I handmade and ported the models myself.
Yep.
Other than Hitori, so that also helps with my self-esteem.
And Hitori's kind of brokey.
Hitori is very... He looks fine until you take off his mask.
Yeah.
That'll get fixed when it needs to be, but...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I think me being able to, like... The fact that I designed the models, I made the models, I ported the models, really helps. The fact that it's original story, the fact that it's in its own, like, universe or universe cluster, to be specific, rather than having it be, like, overarched by Genesis. Or, like, and even, like, the fact that, like, I mean, the instrumentals aren't original, but, like, the lyrics I made myself. Like, I came up with, like, after hours of thinking, like, for the opening and the ending. I don't know. It feels good to have like finally like I'm not like relying on people to make this. Well, I am like voice actors wise, but like,
Well, yeah, that's different.
but that's different. Like anyone is going to rely on people to a certain level when making a series. But like I built this thing from the ground up instead of like downloading model from workshop, relying on this and that to make this work. I don't know. I don't know. Just the fact that I built this from the ground up really makes me feel one, accomplished, and B, more confident in it, because I'm not like I don't have to compare it to anything else because it's original. It's my own thing I made.
Yeah. Trust me, man, I get you. I mean, I feel like part of why I've been working on the Blue Knight instead of Vengeance lately is just because it just feels a lot more like I actually pulled off what I'm working on with the Blue Knight. Like, because, I'm having to do it all myself and everything, and I don't know. It's just, for me, it's kind of like, it's hard to look at Vengeance the way I used to. Because, like, I still love the thing, but it's like, man, I've been here so long, and I have this other thing that's new and fully done by myself that I feel more proud of at this point in time. And I think that's why I'm working on Blue Knight related stuff a lot more right now.
Yeah. I definitely feel like you have to there's going to be a certain point where you're going to have to decide what you want to do, and I can't tell you what that is. There will be a certain point in time where you have to decide, okay, do I just want to a full-time focus on the Blue Knight, or do I want to try my best to regain that want to do Vengeance and do them simultaneously?
Yeah.
Because I do feel like so you don't keep having this internal conflict. I feel like you do have to make some sort of decision instead of dancing around it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I can tell, I don't know. I do feel like something needs to happen. Or, you need to make some sort of, decision for yourself if you want to make these... And not these series, just any series. Because, the way things are now... I'm gonna keep it real. No shot you're finishing any series.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's just hard, because, I really... Part of me wants to be okay, I feel like Vengeance probably has run its course. Maybe, even though it never finished, I should move on. And, revisit it at some other point with, the idea I had where I would just rip all the FNAF elements out of it and make it an original thing, but, in the future, so I can focus on the Blue Knight, because that's new, But then at the same time, people have waited for years for Vengeance. And it's not that I don't want to do Vengeance, it's just it feels like... At this point, not as many people will care, probably, and I don't feel like I care as much as I used to.
Do you feel like your main motivation for Vengeance is yourself or your audience? That's the real question you have to ask.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
Because, if you're thinking, I want to do Vengeance, I feel like this is something that I want to do, then I'd say, yeah, man, do it on your own time. Don't force yourself to do it. But if you're thinking, if your main reason for, thinking you have to do Vengeance is, I've been, my audience wants this is what my audience has been waiting for, don't. Wait,
You know what? Here's my best answer. It's a mix of both. As in, like, I want to complete it for everyone who cared about it, but also, like, it feels like a disservice to the characters themselves if I don't finish it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because like, I mean, obviously, I stopped doing Phoenix because I knew in my heart that like I was not doing it for myself at that point. It was not for me. I was not enjoying it, and as much as I thought it was a good idea to continue, I'm like, no. I don't remember who I talked to, but I talked to someone. Might have been Dash, might have been Andy, one of those two, and I was like, well. The main reason I'm doing Phoenix is because, like, or I'm trying to continue Phoenix is because, like, people want it, and I don't know, and people, that's what people expect of me, and they just told me, well, if the only reason is others, then just quit, and I'm like, you know what, all right.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you to like quit Vengeance forever.
Oh no.
If you do want, you can. But if you do want to pick it up later in the future, I'd say go for it. But I'd say if you really are like thinking, hey, this is not what I really feel like I should be doing. This is not what I want to be doing. If I want to do something, it's the Blue Knight, not Vengeance right now. Then I'd say just toss it to the side and, you know, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, that's my advice to you.
Bro, this feels more like my therapy session than my actual therapy session today did.
Well, I'm a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. See, it's... Because, like, I love Vengeance. I wish I was further in it than I am. And when I do feel like working on it, it feels awesome to be working on it. It's just the times that I feel like working on it are not very often anymore.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like,
and it's hard because, you know, like, I was like, a year ago I was like, hey, expect this episode sometime soon. And then later on I'm like, hey, lots of things going on. Hopefully I can get it done by the anniversary for the original episode. And now I'm just like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I'm not even. You're like, yeah, I'm not even like halfway done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a struggle. I honestly, Shan, we both are very guilty of just time after time after time saying, "Hey, stuff's in the way. It's got to be delayed." Because life is stupid. And I'm sure both of our viewers' bases probably say, I mean, mine at least, were always like, hey, we get it, it's fine, take time. But at the same time, I'd imagine there are some people that are like, brother, this is the 50th
Bro,
time.
again? Seriously?
This
yeah,
is the 50th
exactly.
time in the past 3 years. And, you know,
yeah.
I don't even blame anyone from either of our fan bases who are like that, because it is probably super annoying to hear.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Taking a break from mental health issues. This will be postponed another, like, 3 months. And then 3 months later hearing... Not even 3 months. 2 months later saying... No, actually... No, this is postponed for 3 months, 5 months later. Oh, by the way, it's postponed another 3 months. It's like...
Yeah.
It's probably, like, just... Yeah. That's why I, like... took so many breaks from, like, Phoenix, is because, like, the same stuff you're dealing with right now, and it's like, at that point it's like, why bother, why bother? And so that's why with Realm of the Forgotten, when I had all this stuff going on, I didn't make 5 million community tab posts about it.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta take the Martin Walls approach. You know who Martin Walls is, right? If you don't remember, I'll He's the guy who makes the Walton Files.
Yeah, I don't know his approach, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, he thought episode 4 was supposed to be released like a year ago. So that's kind of ironic. And he kept having issues with working on it and motivation for it and everything and real life stuff happening. And recently he just came out and said, "All right, I'll work on it when I work on it. I'm not going to tell you guys anything about when it could potentially come out. Just one day, if you see my profile picture has changed to a smiling dog, you'll know it's time."
That is so specific. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I gotta applaud you. For the past, 6 months, you've kind of just been working in the shadows instead of, trying to, apologize every, 3 months.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is the right way to go about it. Obviously, I feel like, I feel like an update every, half a year is okay. But if it's every, other month, then that's when it's,
Yeah. I just tried to give constant updates before, because I was like, people are gonna forget I exist if I don't. They'll probably think I just stopped. But at this point, it's like, they probably think I'm a lazy bum anyway. They probably think it's never coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I would... before I continue, actually, let me read... doing it for yourself to make something. That is what I did, and I felt like shit. Yeah, no. It is definitely important to not force yourself. If you are forcing yourself, stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's just hard when you know there's people hoping for you to work on it and hoping it'll be out. Yeah. And for me, it's not as much about, even, I don't mean this to sound rude. For me, it's not so much about, the viewers anymore, because they've heard my reasoning. They've said they understand, even if they are upset. They get it, it's more like, bro, I'm gonna be poor. My family probably thinks I'm just a loser. And Finn probably thinks I'm a loser at this point, too.
I don't think you're a loser. I definitely think you need to step up your game, but... I'm still gonna be nice about it. I'm not gonna be I feel like I've been pretty nice about it. I've been critical of you, but I feel like I've been nice about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be like, Shen, get your ass to the keyboard, boy.
Yeah. And it obviously, I know my family gets it. I know, Finn, you get it, even if you are trying to push me. I guess most of it just comes down to my brain being like, bro, logically, you're probably fine. Emotionally, screw you.
Yeah. No,
and yeah, sure, here, I'll add you.
And yeah, I get it. I mean, when it comes to the family thing, at least, I get it. The whole reason I'm doing all of this stuff that I am doing, I said I would never continue my education after high school, and here I am going to college for a year to get a certificate.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still am a stubborn brat, and I will stand my ground for, any other circumstance where this was asked me, but I only did it because it's something I'm interested in. It's free. No debt for Finn.
Oh, yeah, man.
And it's only for a year. If it was 2 years, I'd say nope, not happening.
Yeah.
But it's
I told you, if I was in your situation, I'd definitely take that as well.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's a lot of the stuff I've been doing, that has to do with IRL. I've been doing so that I don't look like a loser to my family. That this whole thing is one of them. But yeah, so I get wanting to like prove to that you're not a piece of crap because that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. See, like, I me and my aunt have talked about this a few times with therapy, man. So I know they understand. Specifically that the reason why I feel so garbage about most of this stuff is just cuz I feel like I'm not contributing in any way to life, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know how to word it. But anyway, um they you know, okay, I kind of lost track of what I was saying. If I was making enough money to like be able to eat if I was, alone, I'd feel fine or at least better about it, right? But now I make enough to barely buy a Steam game. So it's like, man, what a pathetic person I turned out to be. And when I talked with Therapy Man about it, it basically just comes down to if I made money, doesn't matter from where, as long as it's a decent amount, I'd feel fine.
Yeah, I get you. I mean,
Even recently I've considered, like, I wonder if Walmart has like a part-time job of like stocking the shelves because organization's kind of fun sometimes. Maybe I'd make money then.
dang, that's more surprising than what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know. See, like when I used to go to Walmart as a kid, when stuff was all not organized, I would organize it just because it was fun.
Fair enough, man.
So
Hey,
it's like, hey, maybe they could pay me.
yeah, man. Whatever, pays. That
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. What was I gonna say? And in and out of my brain within half a second. Good job, Finn. Um,
Yeah.
I think I was just gonna say something like I know my situation's a little different because well, I may not be making anything whatsoever. I'm working towards you know by doing the certificate program. I'm working towards being able to make that cash money. But
Yeah.
even before that, I felt productive when I was, you know, working on, animations or editing videos or just doing something. Like just being just like making the most of my time in the day is I feel like or not just for me, but I don't know, for anyone, I feel like it's just when you spend your whole day just like doing nothing or doing little to nothing, um, whether it's just watching YouTube or sleeping all day, uh,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel like crap no matter who you are.
Yeah.
If you like, I'm not doing even though I'm just like a loser or just stays at home, I feel good about myself because I do stuff. Like I have literally videos on my second channel for every other day for the rest of the month. I have edited so much. I worked on that trailer. I posted that. I squared away everything with all those voice actors. I've kept myself and I've recorded a bunch of stuff to edit. I've been pretty productive, and that makes me feel like good about myself. And I feel like if you did the same, like if you just said at the beginning, you didn't sleep for 16 hours a day, and you said to yourself, okay, today I'm gonna get this and this done, or like set out like a planned your week out and like, okay, today I'm gonna get this done, even if it's just like a little bit. Like just being able to get stuff done like 3 or 4 days out of the week would just be, I feel like, such an upgrade in living for you.
Yeah.
Because you're like barely living. You're, I don't know. Like even like half a year ago, I feel like you were just more, alive energy wise, but you were doing not even like productive stuff, but just doing more stuff in the day. Like I feel like you just do nothing but like either sleep or just whatever all day. And I feel like you'd feel a lot better if even if it was just edit a video and then that's all you did for the day. That's still doing something. And I feel like it would make you feel better if you just did something like half the days of the week and like, and to help, like, say, okay, I'm doing this day, then that day is a break, and then I'm doing this day, and then this day I'm doing that. It's hard to schedule something. Just at the beginning of your day, say, hey, I'm going to get this done today. I need to make sure I get at least a decent amount of progress done on this thing. I feel like that would help you out a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me, but I feel like taking charge of yourself helps you do things and not just... what's the word I'm thinking of? Self-discipline. That's what it is. Because if I wanted to, I could just never do anything and just watch anime and YouTube all day. But I tell myself every day, hey, make sure you do things at least like half the days of the week. Make sure you're editing this video, or make sure you're recording this, or make sure you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for the past month, just doing that, something as simple as that, has helped me be so productive and feel a lot better about myself.
Nice.
So that is my recommendation / suggestion to you.
Well, all I can say is I think I made this podcast awkward. This turned from a podcast to Shan's therapy session, so, yeah. Let's move on.
I didn't really see it as awkward, but alright.
Maybe it's just awkward for me because it's me.
Probably. But, other than, like, channel stuff, is there anything else you like, or not channel stuff, but series stuff? Is there anything else you've thought about, like, things that you want to do?
Well, I had talked to you about wanting to come up with a mini-series idea thing that I could do in between big episodes.
Oh, right. Man, it's been forever since you talked. I feel like you asked me that like 2 months ago.
Yeah, because I had not come up with any ideas. I think the other day I came up with an idea that could potentially work for something. I just definitely needed more time to think about it.
Fair enough. Yeah. I told you.
And I would tell you what the premise is, but like at the same time, if I did end up going through with this, if I told you the premise, it would spoil the whole thing. So.
Damn, that quick, huh?
Yeah, because the premise itself is the plot twist.
Ah, okay. So it's literally like Higurashi. Like you cannot explain Higurashi without spoiling it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it's kind of like that.
I mean, if I'm being honest, my little side series is the same way. I cannot explain the actual premise of it without spoiling the entire thing.
Yeah. So, if I end up not going through with it, I'll tell you what the premise was. But if I do think about it more and come up with, mini series idea, then I will not be telling you. I'll just be like, hey, Finn, I'm doing it, I think.
Epic. Yeah. No,
If you see me change my profile picture to a smiling dog, that means I did it.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm dying. I almost swallowed my water wrong and made it worse. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
That's not good. Okay.
But yeah, that'd be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say definitely think on it. You know, when you can, when you have time to.
Yeah. A big part of why I've been stuck on the idea of a mini series is because I want people to know I'm doing something, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I
you
get it.
can see when I'm working on stuff, but no one else can really do that. So if I do mini series, which causes things to be released sooner, then people will be like, "Oh, he actually is doing a thing."
Yeah. I mean, not the exact same, but similar reason for me doing a miniseries. For me, it was like, well, honestly, I mean, it wasn't a long-term thought, but there are some long-term thoughts there. The short-term thought was like, hey, Star's taking like forever on her lines. I want to be productive. But like long-term thinking, I had planned like some kind of miniseries like 10 months ago. Like, it has been a thought in my head for a while. But the concept I had, I just could not solidify. And so I scrapped it and thought of something else. And then that something else, I completely turned on its head within a week into something completely different. But with, like, the same kind of characters. And voila. I came up with this little side series, The Light We Have Left. And
Yep.
the reason I'm doing it is to do stuff in between Realm of the Forgotten and episodes, because clearly I cannot rely on all my voice actors to do their lines quickly.
Yeah, it really do be like that.
Yeah, with episode 1, it was like I need Bree to finish her singing the ED. That took 7 months. With the second episode, I've been waiting for Star for like 4 months, I think. I'm gonna need to message her.
Yeah.
Let me see. Has it been 4? No, it's been 3 months. Sorry, bad math. But I've been waiting on Star for like 3 months, so can't really. It's hard to just wait that long. So I've been decided to keep myself busy with this side series and finally work all the details out, set it in place, set it in motion.
Yeah.
And hopefully within the next week I can start the actual animation process of that. Honestly, 99% of it depends on Dash, because she's the main character. She voiced the main character.
Epic. Good luck.
The issue is, like, I've technically cast her, but I want her to do this like audition just to get the. I want her to voice this character, and I told her she can. I just want the actual like way she does it to be right, and that's why I've asked her to do like, a little audition with a few lines, and then after that I'll send her like all of her lines. But like, she hasn't even. I asked her like 3 weeks ago to do the audition. She still hasn't gotten to it.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that squares itself away very soon. I told her.
Speaking.
Told her this weekend to get it to me. We'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah. Speaking of auditions, I should also say another part of why I haven't felt like working on Vengeance is purely because, the whole thing with Chris kind of it's like, oh, that's kind of a big issue. Well, not gonna work on it until that's fixed. Who knows when that'll be?
Yeah. Honestly, Shan.
It's like how you said, whenever you have a problem come up, it's harder to want to work on it.
Yeah. See, what I did with Realm of the Forgotten episode 2 is I got like 4 out of the 7 scenes I could do, which is over half, and then I said, okay, I'm calling it here. I'll do the rest if I have a really big burst of motivation, or when Star actually get me those lines.
Yeah.
I think I did something very similar with episode 1 when I was waiting on Bree. I think I saved I saved the last 2 scenes. It was the last 2 scenes I hadn't done yet. And I waited till Bree gave me the ED audio, and then I animated the ED in those last 2 scenes. So
Yeah.
I usually save like 2 or 3 scenes if I'm waiting on someone. And that's my rule for myself. I'm not
Yeah.
like say, oh, I'm not getting it on. There's 5 scenes left. Oh wait, because then I know it's gonna be like, why would I do that to myself? So I'm like, okay, 2 or 3 max. You have to do the other ones though, Finn.
Oh,
Are you gonna say something? All right then.
all right. Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Were you gonna say something?
No, I just went and then because that was trying to be my indication that oopsies, have to mute.
Ah. Yeah. You know, this is like really stupid. I mean, honestly, I think I've said this before, but like, no, I've definitely said this to you before, Shan. But I'll say it on the podcast. I I have like for my series, I both of them now. I only have like I have like a 90% like female character cast.
Yeah.
Like the only male characters I have are voiced by you and me, and then everything else I make a female character. And there are multiple reasons for that. One obviously is what I just mentioned. You and me are like the only male voice actors I know, and well, I mean I could find more male voice actors, but for the longest time I only wanted to have friends as voice actors until very recently, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. The main reason actually is not even that. It's that I love I love designing
Women.
I love women. I love designing female characters 100 million times more than I love designing male characters. Call me a weeb, simp, loser, virgin, all you want. I don't care. But
Yeah, well, I won't because I get it.
But holy crap, I literally just mess around in V-Roid designing women characters for fun because I actually just love designing female characters. That is why 90% of the female or 90% of the character cast are female.
Yep. Yeah,
But
man, I get it.
because of that fact, I've always wanted to see if in either of these series, like other than Shan, there's someone who like is like that is waifu. Honestly, Shan, you've even though she's been on screen for like 5 seconds, you're like a Mizuki stan.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like that'll only grow with time and screen time. But
I'm sure.
I've wanted other people in the audience to be like, "Yo, I simp for this character." That would just be like a dream come true. I have made people have anime waifus. That's the dream, bro.
That is, yeah.
Dude, if my series like was got like the same views as like, you know, old Vengeance episodes did, dude, I feel like I'd have like comment wars over like who's better waifu, Sylvie or Mizuki.
Probably.
It'd be like the frickin' like um Rent-A-Girlfriend fandom level of just waifu wars.
Oh god.
Which we all know how big of a dumpster fire that is.
Yeah, anything to do with Rent-A-Girlfriend is a dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's funny actually, because I saw I'm subscribed to a channel on YouTube, and anytime I like look in my subscriptions tab, I see like community posts about like anime news, and like I saw like there was a teaser for like a like the key visual for season 3 of Rent-A-Girlfriend, since that's coming out this year, and all the comments were just about like there was like a few that were like, "Yo, can't wait," and then most of them were just about why is this continuing?
I don't understand the hate for it so much, especially since like when it first came out, people thought it was hilarious.
I think the people who just see the anime like it. It's the people who
Oh, I
read
know
the
people have
manga.
complained about the manga a lot.
No, every comment I see about like it, I just assume automatically it's someone who's read the manga, because everyone who reads the manga is like, this is the worst thing to ever exist. Please just end it now.
Yeah. Well, it's because from what I've heard, the author just has stretched it out so long that it's not even believable, and that it's just like reverse character development.
Yeah, I have hope for the anime because I found season 1 pretty boring, but season 2 was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah. Like, I thought season 1 was funny. I didn't care too much about it. And then when I rewatched it and then watched season 2, I was like, okay, yeah, please continue.
Yeah. I Yeah. I don't know. I hope the anime is decent. I'm sure it will be better than the manga, just because probably have the same stuff, but it'll be compressed more, so it won't be like super drawn out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I don't know. I I don't know. I always like. Is it just me, or anytime there's a large group of people hating on something, I either, if I hate it or dislike it, I hate it / dislike it less, because it's like, I don't know, I just don't want to. I don't know. Hate trains are just so annoying to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're
Every
just so
time
dumb.
every time people come out like, "Oh, I hate this thing," I go in to see what it is. Well, not always, but like sometimes I'll go in to see what it is. And then like either I'll be like, "Okay, I guess I can understand why they dislike it," but like, bro, you're kind of overdoing it. Or I'll be like, "Bro, why you care so much? This wasn't that bad."
Yeah, I don't know. It's just always the stupidest things people get so wrapped up in hating. And then it's just like, even if I am very critical of it as well, like, I still am like, I still am like a lot lesser of a degree of critical just because other people are super critical.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's the psychology behind that, but I don't know. It could just be the fact that I don't like bandwagon. I don't like hopping on the bandwagon. I like being different.
Yeah. That could be it.
I don't like being grouped in. And so that's probably part of it, but like, I don't know. It's just like, there's so many stupid just hate trains that, well, actually every hate train I've seen has been stupid. There's not one that I've seen that's been like not stupid. And it's just like so annoying to me. It's like, why? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your precious time with this?
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life?
You have all the time to be doing all this cool stuff, and you're wasting it making a giant twit longer about how much you hate this anime or this game or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, just To me, if you dislike something, just be like, okay, not gonna deal with that series ever again. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't know. People just
Unless it's like a meme that you dislike it, like me with Familiar Zero. That's a meme. That's gotta continue.
yeah, me with Lucky Star.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But like
those are funny, so we continue to
yeah,
hate on those.
but the
like,
difference is like it's a joke within like friend. We're not going on like Reddit and posting a giant paragraph about how much we hate it and how no one should ever watch it, and that if you do like it, you're an idiot. 'Cause that's what
exactly.
those
Like
people are doing.
I hate Scum's Wish, but why would I waste my time going and writing like a 50-page essay about why I hate it
Yeah,
and that it shouldn't continue? Because like there is some people that like it. I'm not one of them. I don't understand people who judge people for liking something they don't anyway. Because
I
it's
was
like
literally just about to say that. I'm like, it's not even that those people just be annoying and just constantly are like, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. It's that anytime someone disagrees with them, they call them stupid then.
exactly. I don't get it because isn't it a good thing if someone likes something you don't like? I didn't like Scum's Wish at all. I mean, you didn't really care for it either, but you at least like appreciated some parts of it. I don't think you're stupid for that.
Yeah.
It's like I'm glad you enjoyed it. You got something out of it that I didn't. That's good.
Well, I don't think most people see it that way. I think most people.
And that's what I don't get.
Uh,
Like, everyone's like, oh, Steven Universe. Not everyone, but like, the people who dislike Steven Universe. I'm using this as an example. They're like, oh, Steven Universe sucks. Why does the main character always cry? Oh, bad guys shouldn't be redeemed. Blah blah blah. It's like, okay, that's not your kind of story. Why do you send death threats to people who do like it? What? Huh?
I don't know. People. I don't know. There's definitely like something about like the internet and like a lot of people have this mindset of you have to agree with me and if you don't, you're wrong. Like there's I don't know. People just want I don't want to say people want to be like I don't know.
Contrarian.
I don't know. It's just everyone is so very narrow-minded. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone is so very narrow-minded and stuck up in their own little world, and they don't want to like go beyond their own views, and they don't want to try out these things. They don't want to like take other people's opinions. They don't want to like listen to other sides of things. They just want their one tiny little views, and if anything contradicts that, they're like, no, bad.
And it's the fact that they don't even do it on like serious topics or anything. They just do it on the dumbest things.
Yeah. I get it to a degree. It's really easy to fall into. Because I used to be like that. Like 4 years ago. When I was like 16. But, it's really easy to fall into. But, like, it's very stupid. It's very stupid. There's no other way to describe it other than just idiotic.
And I'm not gonna act like I don't judge people unfairly, because I think everyone does at some point. Especially like when someone's like, "Oh, this is such a good show / game. It's like the greatest game ever," and I'm like, "Huh? Why?"
Yeah,
Boring.
No,
But like even then, or like there's those people who think Mommy is the greatest girl in Rent a Girlfriend. I'm like, what is wrong with you? But at the same time, good for you, like you enjoy her. I don't, but enjoy what you like, as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Yeah, no, every human judges every human. There's no person that doesn't. I don't care who you are. You judge people.
Yeah.
That's just human nature. I'm sure even Martin
Anyone
Luther-
who claims
I'm
that
sure
they
even Martin
don't
Luther
judge
King
people.
Jr. judged a lot of people.
Yeah, anyone who claims that they don't judge people are just liars. Because
It's human nature. It's
exactly, like, should we do it? No. Should you try to realize when you do it and snap yourself out of it? Yes. Are you still gonna do it? Yes.
yeah, like I don't know. There's a difference between like how we how we go about it and how other people go about it. I think it's okay to judge like people's likes and dislikes and be like that's stupid. That's fine. You just like I don't know. Don't go overboard with it. B, don't like be in the comment sections about it. Like just keep it to yourself or like you and your friend. Like you
Yeah,
don't
like, who do you think you're helping by being a jerk?
like
You're not helping yourself, you're making yourself angry. You're just hurting other people's feelings for no reason. Or they'll argue back, and then it just becomes a never-ending cycle of hate. It's just stupid.
yeah. My yeah. I don't know. I've always been an argumentative person that hates arguing, if that makes any sense. I avoid arguing at all costs, but when someone gets me riled up, I'm heated as fuck. I don't know. I probably avoid it at all costs because I know I get heated and I want to avoid that.
Yeah.
I have the I'm a very I don't know, I'm a weird person. If that wasn't obvious. I don't know. I feel like Shan, tell me if I'm right about this. I feel like I have the world's longest and shortest fuse simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I avoid conflict at all costs, but if someone like starts lighting that fuse over and over, it like immediately like countdown hits 0 atomic bomb.
Yeah. when you get mad, it's scary.
I am a very 0 to 100 person. I'm so like chill and calm like 99% of the time. But that 1% of the time where people get me riled up, it's like yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun for anyone.
Do you know that the new Donkey Kong meme
No.
from the Mario movie where he's laughing and then he's just like, "Okay, now you die." That's like you when you get mad. You're just laughing and then you're like, "Okay, now you die."
Laughs well also loading ammunition into shotgun.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going from topic to topic, but I don't care. This is I knew this was going to happen with the last podcast. It was going to be all over the place. But anyways,
Yeah.
I just want to say I feel like I've just changed so much in the past year and a half. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I don't know. Just the fact that like I don't know. I feel like I'm much more aware of myself as a person, and like I can like acknowledge how I am, and like yeah, I know I'm like this, and I know it's can be a problem, but hey, it's all good. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
Instead of being like defensive or super insecure about literally any flaw about myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I think the thing that helped the most with that was like confirming that I have the tism.
Yeah.
Because once I confirmed that, I just felt so like less insecure about myself.
Yeah. No, I get you. When I found out I did, it was like, oh, it makes sense. it sucks, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I did. I mean, obviously for me it was different because like I was told when I was a kid that I did, and then later my mom for some reason believed I didn't and told me I didn't, and then like 6, 7 years after that, then I asked my dad and he was like, "Yeah, you do. I don't know where your mom got that from."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, yeah. I wasn't like upset because I already kind of figured, but timer. Whoops. I'll worry about that later. Uh, but like, to me it was just like, yeah, okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've been able to be a lot less insecure about the way I am and, acknowledge my flaws without being, like, super defensive about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something... Man, this podcast is deep as hell. I was gonna say, I think a lot of people, like, feel like they have to be, like, perfect. That is not true at all, because no human being is perfect.
That's a fact.
I feel like the ideal is not to be perfect, but to, like, acknowledge what flaws you have and make sure they come out as little as possible. It's not to get rid of them. You're not going to get rid of every single flaw you have, because people are people and they just are a certain way. I don't like the notion that, like, oh, if any issue, any flaw you have, you can fix it. No, that's not how. Some people just are just that.
And even if you do manage to fix that flaw, you're going to have 5 million other ones, so.
Yeah. It's like, I know I get, like, for me, it's like, I know once I get angry, it's bad. There's nothing I can do to really do anything about that other than just get angry as little as possible. It's not about, like, fixing every flaw. It's about just letting it happen as little as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Realizing you have a flaw and trying to get a hold on it, not trying to eliminate it.
Yeah, exactly. Life advice with Boss Man Finn and Mr. Shan.
Heck yeah, man.
Bruh.
It's funny considering I think most people who know us would be like, taking life advice from them? Are you serious?
I don't know. I don't want to sound like egotistical or brag, because Lord knows I'm not egotistical in the slightest sense. But I feel like I'm a good source of advice. And I'm not saying that because, like, I think that about myself. I say that because at least 5 people have told me that.
Yeah, no. I think you give good advice.
And it's not because, like, I don't think it has anything to do with, like, oh, I'm smart. I think it just has to do with, I have been through, like, a million different experiences, so I know how to relate to people, and I know how to, like, connect this to that, and, like, I don't know. I've dealt with so many different situations that I feel like I have advice for almost anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny because, like, literally, I feel like the person I give advice to the most is my own parents, because they come to me for advice.
I mean, hey, that's gotta be a win.
Heck yeah, man. My mom, I swear, she comes to me with, like, everything. It's funny. It's such a weird I don't know. Half the time I don't feel like, I feel like I'm, like, my parents' child, but I also like it's like the sense of like I don't know. It's weird. It's like I don't live with like you know how like after you moved away and like they treat you as like a proper adult. Most parents
Yeah.
do still live with them. They don't treat you like a proper adult. But
Yeah.
mine do, and it's really weird. I mean, it's cool. I like it. I'd rather be treated like that way because I have more freedom and I get to talk to them as equals and not some idiot.
Yeah.
But it's always very weird. Like my mom like called me today and we talked for like half an hour about like she asked me for advice on like my siblings and like other stuff. I don't know. It's odd every time.
Yeah. I imagine.
uh,
Luckily for me, everyone knows I'm too stupid to ask advice from, so I don't have to deal with it.
bruh. Why are you saying luckily?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a funny.
Alright, Jan. Alright. Yeah. I don't know. I was always tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I feel like when you're like between the ages of like 13 and 18, so teenager basically, there's so much like back and forth of like thinking. It's like when you're like 13, 14, 15, like I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait to be an adult. Then when you're like 17, you're like I don't want to be an adult. I don't want to be an adult.
Yeah.
It's like up until like 16, 17, you're like I can't wait to be an adult. I have freedom. Yes. And then when you
I've always found it funny because my classmates and friends would always be like, "Man, can't wait till I'm an adult. I can go smoke and drink and stuff." And I
okay, well,
like,
that's not usually what
No,
why
no,
people,
no.
but
I know. No, I'm kidding. I mean, a lot of them were like that, but like, it didn't matter to them because they did it anyway. But
yeah,
no, most people were like, I can't wait till I'm an adult because I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want and I don't have to answer to anyone. And meanwhile, I'm here like, I've never wanted to be an adult.
yeah, you're probably the only person.
Yeah,
even me.
I've never met another person who has never wanted to be an adult, but even when I was like 4, my parents were like, "What do you want to be when you're an adult?" I'm like, "I don't want to be an adult."
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, like, I'm probably the closest person you've had to like, who's like never wanted to be, because like, for me, it's been on and off. I don't know. There's a lot I want to like if I if I think about it, like in the perfect ideal world, no, I'd rather just things be the way they are. But the perfect ideal world does not exist, and I know that like it's not that I want to be an adult now, but I know like things can't be this way forever, and I don't want to be a burden to people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be stuck in my parents' house forever. I don't want to live alone either. I swear on Allah's name, I will never live alone. But I want to, experience normal life. as normal as I know I was going to say something, but actually, you know what? I could say it. I have the pass. As as normal as an autistic retard can make it, but
Yeah.
But I've always, but like not always. I feel like on Discord, ever since I've had my online life, I've been treated as like a normal person. Well, kind of, but you get my point.
Yeah.
But like when I went to school, no one treated me as an equal. At my old school, everyone knew I was I was in the special ed class, so people definitely looked down on me for that, because, that's how it be. Um,
Yep.
you know, and it's not, some of them were still nice, like, but even if you're nice and still looking down on someone, you're still looking down on someone.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to be like treated nicely because I'm lower than you. I want to be treated nicely because I'm a, you know, I'm an equal human being to you. And then when I went to my, new school, my private school, then I was like, no one knew I had something, but they probably all thought there's something going on in there. Because, I never talked. I was the quiet kid. I was the social outcast. So I was definitely, looked down on to some degree in that sense as well. So IRL, I've always been looked down on. So I've living a normal life, in like 3 years probably. Sounds good. It sounds good. Obviously, the responsibilities don't sound fun, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Just enjoying a normal life sounds interesting. Because I find myself, dude, I can't tell you how often I find myself, like, just wanting something new, something fun, and not being able to do, just, I don't know. That's part of why I keep myself so busy, other than just feel like, productive and confident about myself. It's just because, like, I need to keep doing things to distract my brain from, like, thinking, like, dude, what's the point of any of this? I always need to be in a constant state of distraction. And some people will probably say, that's unhealthy. But, like, for me, it's, like, the only way. Like, it's either that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people would probably tell me, other than you, would probably tell me, you need to get outside and stop distracting yourself with electronics. It's what's causing you that issue. No, it's not.
Yeah. No.
I would gladly do things out of my house if I had people to do them with. I don't have anyone.
Exactly.
I don't have IRL friends. I don't have any means of getting IRL friends. I would rather just, wait till I can hang out with the online friends I already have to do stuff with. In the future.
Exactly.
That's why I don't know. It's just such a stupid notion that, like, I don't know. I don't like people who are like, if you stay inside all day, you're unhappy. That's not it.
Yeah. I mean, I am, but like that's not because I stay inside all day.
It's not a cause and effect. It's like, I don't know. There's correlation, but it's not a cause and effect correlation. It's I don't know how to put it, but you get my point. It's
Correlation, not causation.
yeah. Like, I used to go outside a lot, but I don't feel like I was any happier then than I was now. I mean, maybe I was, but maybe I wasn't. I really don't think I'm any happier. Actually, I feel like 2022 I was the happiest I was ever at. And
Yeah.
probably will be even higher up this year. I mean, like, I don't know. I used to go outside all the time. I told you before, Shan, like, it probably seems like a extraneous detail, so I don't blame you if you forgot. I used to be big into, like, fishing, and I'd go outside all the time to do that. Even before that, I just, when I was a little kid, I just around outside or whatever. But, and then once I started, once I moved houses, though, and, started being an SFM animator and started making online friends, I stopped, going outside. And, I don't regret that, and I don't think it's really a bad thing as people think it is. Like, I get it if it's bad if you're an extrovert, but if you're an introvert, that's just normal.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know. There's just I don't know. It's really dumb how people are
It
like,
is.
you need to get
Well,
outside.
this goes back to the thought where people are like, if you don't think the way I do, you're wrong.
Well, I don't know. It's just the problem is the people who are the most vocal are always extroverts, and that's how they work, and then they assume, okay, that's how everyone else must work, which is not true at all. Everyone's different.
Yep.
I don't know. Cuz like it's very often it's very rare a introvert will criticize another introvert about their lifestyle. That's never going to
Yeah.
happen. That's why you never hear it from introvert to introvert who understand each other, because they know, hey, what you doing? I'm doing too, buddy.
Yeah.
And it's always the people who are like, yay, I want to go to this place, this place, this place. I want to talk to all my IRL friends. I'm going to do all this fun stuff. And like, you should be doing that too. It's like, newsflash, buddy. I don't have IRL friends. I don't like going outside.
And then they're like, well, go make friends. You're like, I don't really want to.
My
And they're
friend
like,
and I have...
wow, your life is horrible. Imagine being you. You should die.
And they're like, go make friends. And I'm like, well, I have social anxiety disorder. And they're like, well, you gotta go past it. I'm like,
Yeah, you just ignore the social anxiety. You move past it and talk to people anyway, despite your fear. Bro, that's not how it works.
not how do I keep my friend. Like, I don't know. It's just so dumb. And I don't know. I just wish people in general would just stop and like think about things from other people's perspectives.
Yeah?
Things would be a lot better if people just did that. But for some reason that's like impossible for like 99% of people to do. I don't know. I just feel like people are just so caught up in their own existence that they don't really think about other people's existences.
Yeah.
Or not that they don't think about other people's existences. That was poor choice of words. That they don't like try and understand other people's lives and
Yeah.
way of thinking. I don't know.
The world is a scam.
Yeah, but hey. It's all we got, so make the most of it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Rick, I deleted my grass.
Me when I use a lawnmower. Rotom Mo be like.
Yeah.
Also, little update for you, Shan, and anyone who's listening who actually knows about any of this. Yeah, my cat has just been getting worse. So.
Oh, yeah.
There is definitely some heavy decision making on just yet putting to sleep. And I'm sure that decision will be made in the next 2 weeks.
I pray to Genesis that Cole miraculously gets better.
I don't know. She is her own worst enemy. Because, like, she is the reason she is suffering. Well, kind of. Not originally, but because she has, like, a skin condition that, like, makes it... apparently, this is according to the biopsy that happened to her last week, that she has, like, a skin condition that makes it so she's, like, always itchy.
Ah.
I don't know the details, really, but, like... She could have healed like 3 months ago, but she keeps like scratching her wound open and making it worse all over again. And now she just got like a big gash in her back for the biopsy, and then they stitched her up. And now she like every day I swear she undoes another stitch, and so she looks awful. Like I can barely look at her like without just feeling like dread because it's just gross. Like there's just open giant bloody wounds in her, and it's just gross to look at. It's just uncomfortable and unsettling. It's just like I can't even look at her anymore, and as much as I don't want her to go because I love her, it's like I know we can't keep doing this. I know I can't even bother to look at her anymore. It's like she's literally like for the past like 2 months she's literally just been laying around and sleeping 99% of the day. It's like I at this point I'm accepting that that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Still sad though.
Yeah, no. It's unfortunate, but like I mean we've I'm glad my parents have been doing as much as they have, because honestly, knowing them, I would expect them to do almost nothing about it, because my mom doesn't understand like pets because she never had any growing up, and my dad is Mr. Save Money all the time like me, but like times two with that, and so I'm surprised they've gone as far as they have for the cat, and I'm glad they have gone this far. But I can tell they're at the end of the rope, and I'm not blaming them at all because I would be too.
Yeah.
Because they've tried literally everything, like vet visit after vet visit, almost every week at this point. It's saddening, and it's like every time I get hope that things will turn around, and then it's like, nope, things are just still bad or even worse. I will definitely be. I've accepted it already if it's going to happen, but I'll still be upset in the weeks following it if it does.
Oh yeah. No, we used to have a dog. Her name was Molly, and she was my aunt's dog. But Molly was probably like 15 years old, and
Oh wow.
For like the last 2 weeks she wouldn't move, and we just assumed she couldn't anymore, so we took her to the doctor, and they were like, yeah, it'd be best if you put the dog down, you know? And like we had already expected that because of what was going on, but it's still sad, so I get it, you.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really had much of any pets. The only like pets I've really had before is like like, the only real pet I had before this was like 8-9 years ago or something. We had a cat named Cosmo, but that cat, like, it lived in the basement, so we didn't see it that much, and it wasn't like it was a very kept to itself kind of cat. So it was like a pet, but it was more like a zoo animal.
Gotcha.
Like, like you don't know how much Cole loves attention and affection. She will literally like climb on me and take a nap on me, or she used to. Sadness. But like that cat just minded its own business. So I did have like, a pet a long, long time ago, but like it wasn't like an actual pet I could really care about a lot. This is the only time I've actually had a pet that I could care about a lot, and I don't know. It's just upsetting that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure we got her, yeah, like a few days before my birthday in 2021.
Yeah,
So we've had
because
her
she was your
for,
birthday present.
yeah. So we've had her for, like, I don't know, nearly 2 years. In 3 months, it'd be 2 years. But, I don't know. I was really hoping that she would last a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, you know, the cat I had before this one, like forever ago, also died really young, like within less than a year, to just something that was completely out of her control. And, you know, this cat lasted an extra year, but still died pretty young to something out of her control. So it really sucks.
Yeah. Well, I actually decided earlier today when I was talking with my therapist. You know how Vengeance has mittens?
Yes.
I'm gonna just straight up have Colby in the Blue Knight. So,
Oh, well, that's nice of you.
yeah. So, even if things don't work out, at least Cole will still be there in some way.
Yeah, I'll still have that section of like 500 pictures as well. I'm not gonna remove that.
Yeah.
That'll be immortalized in my private server.
Yeah.
Yeah, just expect me to be Mr. Sadman Finn.
Oh yeah, no, I don't blame you. I would definitely be.
I yeah. I feel like my my sister will also be upset because she took care of it like the most out of anyone, and you know she was always with that cat, probably about as
Yeah.
much as I was. I feel like that. I don't know. It's interesting. She Cole really seemed more like human than any animal I've ever seen. Because I don't know. We weren't just like she treated like each different family member differently. Like she had like the ability to like do that, and I just found that so fascinating. Like I don't know. She treated
Yeah.
everyone differently, and it's just I don't know. It's more than just like I've always not really I've always seen animal death and be like, oh yeah, that happens. But with her, it's different because she's more than just like an animal to me, which is the only
Yeah.
time any non-human was more than just an animal to me.
Yeah, I get you. If I've learned anything from my rats, it's that once you really have had time to care about the animal and they've had time to care about you, they really are just you can pick out their personalities. And it's a lot like people. They treat everyone different. Like, you know, Papyrus, he always runs up to the cage when my aunt comes in cuz she always gives him a snack or something, right? And then with me, he'll go. He doesn't always come up, but when he does, he licks me, and he doesn't lick my aunt. It's just random small things that prove their different personalities, and it really does feel like you lost a person when they leave.
Yeah, it's and it's also just very different for me this whole situation because like I've had like great grandparents who died, and my grandpa died like 2 years ago. But I've never really grasped that kind of concept of like just losing someone to death. It's never something that's really like processed in my brain properly. It's always been like I don't know. How do I put this? It's never been like a not a it's a serious concept, but it's never been like an emotionally burdening concept on me when someone dies, because I don't know, my brain just doesn't process it the way most people do, which, I mean, I know for a fact that has something to do with autism, but I don't know, I've just never really grasped that concept, even now, as an adult.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not like a, I don't know, just, it's always seemed like a normal thing to me, and it's nothing to get upset over, but not that I judge people for getting upset over it. Just for me, I've never been able to be upset about it. I've never like in my mind, it's not been like an emotion that's just triggered to be upset. It's just like,
Yeah, I
I
get
don't
you.
know. I don't want to sound like a fucking psychopathic weirdo. That's not how I am. I'm not like, oh cool, person died L plus ratio. I'm not like that. It's just like, I don't know. There's some like disconnect with my brain.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's probably
Maybe
just
maybe
because,
not exactly, but I understand what you're saying.
and probably it's just because I haven't had someone like close to me actually die. I mean, my grandpa did, but like, I don't know. I've never been really close to anyone in my family, or like my or relatives rather. Like, I'm close to my parents, and I was close to my brother Kieran at one point, but like, other than that, I've never been like close to anyone in my family. More of just, hey, you exist, I exist, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's probably that. That's probably why I've never been able to grasp that concept, because no one close to me has ever like, died. So it's not like I've been able to like be truly upset about it.
Yeah.
So this whole thing with Cat, I don't know. I feel very mixed about it. Not like mixed is that's not the right way to put it. I feel very like confused about it.
Yeah.
It was a very new experience for me. I feel like I'll handle a lot better though, because I've been expecting this to happen for a bit now.
Hopefully it doesn't hit you too hard.
Yeah, hope so.
The same time though, would totally make sense if it does.
Yeah. If / when it happens, I know I'm gonna be watching a lot of Blarg that week to distract myself.
Yeah, man.
Uh, man, dude, this podcast has been a freaking emotional roller coaster. Holy
Yeah, seriously.
crap. We have gone so just deep. This is not like the normal funny haha or like, complain about random thing that's not that serious or talk about whatever we're doing. This has like just been like emotional deep podcast. What the hell has this been?
Well, people can't say it wasn't an eventful last episode.
True.
And also, I don't think it's a bad thing that it ended up this way. Most of the podcasts we've done have been funny. The ones that weren't funny were just random topics that maybe gives people a little bit of insight as to who we are as people. But this one's the one that's really going to get people to understand us more, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know. I mean, I like
I can tell my aunt's going to enjoy this one.
Hello, Shan's aunt. If you're watching, you're epic.
Hello!
But I like being funny man thing. That's kind of my brand, if so to speak. But
Yeah.
I like having serious, deep conversations just as much. I mean, those are the kind of conversations I have with my parents all the time, and I enjoy them. I
Yeah.
like being, you know, serious and diving into things, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. I
It's
don't.
always a nice little deviation from the norm.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know my aunt said on one of the other ones we did, I don't remember which one, that there was one where we were just kind of talking about normal stuff, and she said it felt like she was just listening to a conversation between us, and she enjoyed that a lot because she was like, "That's the only time I ever get to learn anything about you," and I'm like, "Yeah, sorry."
Oh God! If my parents ever heard this, the nightmare. Not this one in particular. I think they'd be fine with this one, but other ones, especially the one where I talked about my hood friends. That might be.
Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, I feel like they would. Yeah, I don't know if my parents. I don't know how my parents would feel about all these podcasts. This one I feel like they'd like just because of what you said. Like, getting to know us better as people
Yeah.
or how we think. But like some of the other ones, Well, none of them have been that crazy.
No,
They've ever been like super like out
I
there.
still think the most crazy, I don't know how else to describe it, the most crazy one we've done is still about Dream. Just because that was a deep topic compared to pretty much every other thing.
I don't feel like that was crazy. I feel like that was kind of a normal one. Normal, not maybe for this podcast, but normal for podcasts in general.
Fair enough, I guess.
Most podcasts talk about like current events going on.
That is
Like
true.
when we talked about Kanye in the last one.
Yeah?
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I told my mom about the whole Kanye situation the other day. It was fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the craziest one we did. I I don't remember every single thing we've talked about, not even close. So I'd have to like go back and look through. But
Yeah.
I feel like it was either one of the first. I feel like it was probably something in one of the first few episodes or one of the latter few episodes. I don't think it would be something in the middle.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I don't know. I really do hope we do this again. Like we find a way to like, get a bunch of topics and do this again at some point. But if we, end it here, this is still a good last one.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh shit, my phone's on 1%. Where's my charger? Ah, here it is.
Oh, funny story. My phone's on 2%.
You've one-upped me. Literally.
Yeah, really. Barely.
There, now phone charging. We do it.
I should probably go plug my phone in too, because if not, I'll be annoyed because when I go lay in bed tonight and go watch funny YouTube videos on it, it'll be like, oh, it's at 2%. I'm gonna have to plug it in, and I can't move around in my bed freely.
Alright, go ahead.
No, I'll do it after.
Okay.
I just need to remember to do it before bed.
Yeah. Whenever I charge my phone, or whenever I want to charge my phone on my computer, I just bring the charger over and plug it into the what are those things called? Extension cord.
USB? Oh, okay.
Just plug it right in the extension cord and charge my phone that way.
Nice.
Bro, my setup is so jacked, dude. It is just. It looks somehow like great value, but also like clean at the same time. Because like what I mean by it looks clean is that you don't see like much of my cords. Like, oh, dude, I know you probably haven't seen Dash's setup, but holy crap, it is a mess of cords.
Well, from what she's shown on camera the few times, it looks.
Dude, I don't know how she. Well, she's a messy person, that's why. But
Dang.
just outing her right now. But like, but holy crap, that thing is a mess of cords. Like, I don't know how anyone deals with that. But my cords, like, they're all pretty hidden well. But like, just my small like desk that is not meant to be a computer desk at all. It's like a desk you'd like do your homework on at 12 a.m. My microphone that's being held by a Kleenex box. I literally have an extension cord plugged into an extension cord.
Epic.
Because there's not enough slots in one of them. For to plug in both monitors and the computer. And what's this other one? Monitors, computer. Oh, that's okay.
Bossman Finn finds a new cord.
I was like, what's this other cord? That's the extension cord that's plugged into the extension cord.
Ah, great!
Extension cordception. My setup is deep fried, but I love it. I've always been known for having something about me that's like dollar store deep fried. And I'm glad, even though that I have like
Used to be your computer.
yeah, I'm glad that even though I have like good like stuff now, like I have a proper monitor now. You can't roast me for having a square ass monitor.
Yeah.
I have a good.
I mean, hey man, I could not imagine using the square monitor. Okay, that's why I would roast you, because to me it just seemed like it would be hell.
I mean, I was just used to it. That's the only one I had, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, my microphone's good now. It's a $250 microphone. I hope it is. My computer's good. You know, like I have good stuff now, but I still have like a Dollar General setup. So I'm glad the meme can continue in some. I feel like just that the meme of me having some sort of deep fried setup will always be there. It's never going away. There'll be something about my setup that is just cursed.
Definitely.
Honestly, I would not be surprised at all if, like, 5 years from now, I still had like a microphone being held in my Kleenex box or something like that. Something stupid like that.
Yeah. All I can say is I'm glad I've got a good desk.
Yeah, honestly, my biggest issue is that I actually want to change. Like, most of this, I'm like, it's funny, it's fine. But my desk is so small, dude. You've seen my desk, right? It's like...
Yes, I have.
Like, it only has, like... I can barely fit these two monitors on here. That's how wide it is. It is... And it's not like I can get a bigger desk, either. Because, like... The right side is up against the wall. And, like... The left side, well, my bed is right there.
Yeah.
Like, the space between my computer tower and my bed is, like, less than a foot.
Epic.
So, it's not like I can really even get a bigger desk. If I did, I'd have Kermie over here now.
Yeah. Greatest choice I've made.
Honestly, Shan, best gift ever, my friend.
Heck yeah.
In the wise words of Nova from the Christmas Club, you are a true gamer.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. If I wasn't a true gamer, who would I be?
Exactly. Yeah. I I ever since I've had that computer issue like a month ago, I always turn on my computer off every night now. It instantly became a habit cuz I'm
Oh,
like
yeah.
cuz like I've never done that like ever.
Yeah, I know you would always tell me that you wouldn't do it because you didn't see a point in it.
Yeah, I don't know if it actually helps or not. I'm sure it helps to some degree. I looked it up.
I looked it up.
Yeah, I looked it up online and it said it didn't really help them. There was not that much of.
Yeah, for older computers it did. For newer ones, it says it doesn't matter too much.
But still, I'm doing it just because my dad suggested it, and I'm like, better safe than
Yeah.
sorry. It's not. See, the reason I didn't do it with my old computer is because it took like 5 business days to start up.
Yeah.
So I was like, why am I gonna bother? Why? And so that was just my habit of not doing that, and so that continued with this computer. But this one takes 15 seconds to start up, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a hassle. God, I cannot.
How long has this episode been?
2 hours and 7 minutes.
Nice.
I was planning on it being longer just because it's the last one.
Oh, yeah, I figured it'd be longer, too. I just was wondering how long it'd been so far.
Yeah, I don't know. Always reference the Goons podcast when comparing it to this one because that's the thing that made me want to start a podcast. But they had a few months ago they had their 100th episode, and usually their podcasts are an hour 15, and they made that Mother Yuck 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I figured we'd do something similar with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figured we'd just kind of just talk, and when we felt like we were good to go, we wanted to do something else, we just end the recording.
Yeah.
Dang it, I had something in my head, but I forgot it. Frank, what was I gonna say? This always happens. Every time.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Chan, I remember you mentioned a week ago that you had a pet turtle when you were younger. And I'm right.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you've ever told me what all the different pets you've had were.
Probably not.
I've known other people from all the different groups have told me what pets they've had, but you never have. Even though I've known you for over 4 years now. It's weird to say.
That is weird. I don't know why I never would have, but I don't think I ever have. Okay, let's see. The first pet I remember having was a dog. It was a fluffy dog. Small, I don't know dog breeds, but you know those small fluffy dogs that tend to get crusty eyes?
I don't know anything about crusty eyes, but
it looks like a small poodle. Are our poodles already small?
I think poodles are kind of small. They have they have the rounder heads, and they kind of look like Greavard, but Cuter.
Okay, this dog looks like the dog that I had. So let me see what it says this is. Okay, I don't think this is it, but it looks a lot like it.
Sunday Modge.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, so it was one of those. I don't remember what I named it, but I remember it was a pain. It was a feisty little dog. It peed everywhere, pooped everywhere, and we ended up getting rid of it pretty quickly.
Dang.
I think it was some stupid name like Buddy or something, just because I was like 3.
Yeah, never.
Anyways.
Never ask a 3-year-old to name a dog or any animal.
Yeah. But, yeah, that dog was a pain in the butt. Anyway, my next dog was... It was like a weenie dog. But it wasn't a weenie dog at the same time. Anyway, his name was Zip.
Okay.
And... why? Because the song Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Anyway, I named him... His name was Zip. You could tell he had breathing problems just because he was always like... right? But, like, he was a good dog. He was a friendly dog. And his tail was curled so much, it was hilarious when he would try to wag it, because it just looked like... You know, like those rolls of gum, the Hubba Bubba gum rolls? It looked like that, but if you tried swinging it around.
Wonderful.
Anyway, he was a good dog. He ended up dying, I think, of cancer or something.
Yikes.
But he was a good dog. He lasted a decent while, I think. Probably like 2 years, maybe. I don't know. For me, that felt like a decent while. For reality, that's not long. But you know, when you're small, it feels long.
Yeah.
Then after that, I had a Siberian Husky. I named him Yoshi.
That is
Now
not a fitting name for that type of dog.
Not at all, but I thought Yoshi was a good name. Anyway, Yoshi was a very cute lad. Okay, he was very... I don't know how to describe him. He just was a cute dog, right? And he was a pretty good dog. Other than when we first got him, we tried to have him as an indoor dog. But, the cage that we had him in when we were gone, you know, so he wouldn't rip up everything, he literally bit through the bars and got out.
How in the chungus nuts?
He was a strong boy. Unfortunately, he wasn't strong against poison.
What happened?
And he died. We're not entirely sure if it was like a snake that bit him or if like he... Because he ended up being an outside dog after that, right?
Uh-huh.
He might have been bitten by a snake. He might have just gone out and found like some rat poison or whatever. Either way, we're just assuming it was poison. Because for like a week or two, he became very slow when he was always an active dog, and then he died.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then I mentioned Molly. You know, that was my aunt's dog. Molly was around through like all these dogs, because Molly was old. Because Molly was like 15 when she died, right? And I was like 16, so...
Ah, wow.
Yeah. It might have even been... It probably was sooner, actually. I think I was still in 8th grade, so I guess I wouldn't have been 16. I would have probably been 14 or 15.
Yeah, I was
Anyway.
because you were 16 when I knew you.
Yeah, so no, you definitely... I definitely would have mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I had another dog. It was a black dog, okay?
Alright.
It ended up becoming big, okay? I didn't know it was going to be big when I first got it, okay? You know what I named it? Baby.
Honestly, that is a perfect name.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing about Baby is that she did not understand that she was big and could cause harm. She she wasn't the brightest she wasn't the brightest dog. She would always like run in front of you to try to get your attention, and one day it ended up with her tripping me, and then I like split open my knee or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And when my aunt was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I just tripped and fell." She's like, "This does not look like something that would happen if you just tripped and fell. What actually happened?" I was like, "Don't be mad, but it happened because Baby tripped me on accident."
Gotcha.
Anyway, I remember what happened to Baby. I think she either just straight up ran away or she died somewhere and we never found out.
Mystery.
Yeah. Maybe we do know what happened. Maybe my aunt knows. I don't remember though.
Gotcha.
Anyway, now we get into the cat.
Oh boy.
I always wanted cats, but the reason why I had so many dogs was because my mom was like, "No, I hate cats." Right?
Yeah, she would be like that, wouldn't she?
So, finally, they got me cats for some reason. I don't remember why. But I think it was probably because like I did good in kindergarten or something. But they got me 2 cats. One was orange and one was black with white paws. I named the orange one Chester.
Okay. Very
Like-
generic.
Yeah, like the Cheeto Man. And then I think I named the black one Boots.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my mom's dislike for cats caused an issue. What ended up happening was they didn't want to take the time to get cats to behave correctly, right? Because cats are stubborn, unlike dogs. And, you know, I was small. I couldn't really do that. So they would tear up everything. We used to have a deck. So instead, what they did was they put them out in the deck. And it was an enclosed deck. It wasn't like an open deck.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I wanted to see them, I had to go out to the deck. Well, the cats ended up destroying one of our chairs in the deck, and my mom got mad. Coincidentally, the next day, the cats disappeared.
I bet I know what happened.
See, I was told that they somehow got out and we couldn't find them. But I think like a year ago, my aunt told me, "Yeah, no, that was a lie. They threw them out."
Yeah, no, there's...
They just hoped that they would survive out there, but they didn't. And I was like, "Oh, well, no duh. They'd been inside their whole lives." So that sucked.
Yeah?
And then we ended up moving. And when we moved, it's not like we could have pets where we lived now, but we would still visit our old home on the weekends, right? At least until my parents divorced.
Okay. Yeah?
So what they decided when we moved was to get a cat. Another cat, okay? And this cat would stay in the house to make sure that no rats or anything would show up. And that house is this house I'm in right now,
Oh, okay.
by the way. Yeah. And the reason why that was an issue is because when we came home one weekend, because, you know, we were never here, we found rat poop all over, and they were like, "Ew, rats." So that's why they're like, "Okay, we're getting a cat." I don't remember what I named this one. It's like on the tip of my tongue, though. It might have been like Alice or something. It wasn't like a generic cat name, I don't think.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we'll just go with Alice because I don't remember, right? Poor Alice, a cat all alone in a house all the time. Just on occasion, we would get home, you know, like every weekend, if you were lucky, every other weekend. We'd get home and we'd see the cat. You think that cat had a fun time being alone all the time? No, that cat had mental issues.
Uh-huh.
It would, no matter what, it would always meow, 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 meow. And, like, it almost always had its claws going in and out. For some reason. I just felt bad for the poor cat. But at least she liked me.
That cat had schizophrenia.
Yeah, really. I feel so bad for the cat. The good news is she got out. That's good news for her, not for us, but for her, she got out.
Gotcha. And you probably never saw
We
it again.
We never saw her again. I'm just hoping that even if her life was short, she had a lot better of a time than she did locked in the house.
Yeah. For real. It's practically like... This is borderline animal abuse, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, looking back, it pretty much was.
It's not
That was
quite
horrible.
there, but it's
Like-
almost there.
It would have been fine if there was another cat, right? Because, cats are social animals. They either need you or another cat. If we had 2 cats, it probably would have been better. But no, it was just... Her name was Oreo! It wasn't Alice, it was Oreo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, poor Oreo, If I had a say in it, I would have, I always wanted to take Oreo with us, because I felt bad for her, but now I really feel bad for her.
Yeah.
After that, my grandpa, on my mom's side, he had dogs that were... They would have puppies pretty often. And, he'd always give out the puppies to people. This time, there was 2 puppies that I thought were very cute. There was one, like, dark brown one and one white one. And I wanted them, because they were cute. So we got them.
Mm-hmm.
I named one Bear, and that's the brown one. And the white one I named Snowflake.
Okay.
Would not name her that nowadays, but yeah. Anyways, somehow Snowflake managed to run like 300 miles away or something.
Alright then.
We had to drive like 2 hours to go and pick her up. Because someone found her.
Bruh. What the hell?
Yeah. And then Bear was just a Chad. He would run around all the time. He would like growl at snakes and stuff because we had a lot of snakes where we used to live. He was a Chad. He was fearless. Anyway, I think Snowflake ended up running away again and no one ever found her. And then Bear,
Spirit.
yeah, I think Bear was found dead at the side of the lake.
Okay, well that's ominous. That's just ominous. It's found dead at the side of the lake. Jesus.
We had a lake next to our house, so we assumed he just fell in there, and he couldn't get back up, because it's not like it was just a lake. It was a river. You needed a bridge to get across, and it was pretty far down, so he probably couldn't get out of there. Anyway, after Bear died, I had a dog, a Chihuahua. Hi, Gecko.
Hi.
Oh, and he muted.
Oh, there he go. Dang, I show up and he just leaves. How unfortunate. I just came in to say hi, but I guess not.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Hello, Gecko.
You guys have been here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the final episode, so it's a long one.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a dog. It was a Chihuahua. Named it Ruby. She was the most pathetic dog I've ever seen.
Okay.
I mean that in a caring way, but also, like, how would you survive, if we weren't here? She was like always shaky, and she was scared of everything.
Chihuahuas are just like that. They're just like constantly on alert.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'd seen other Chihuahuas. They were not as pathetic as Ruby. Most other Chihuahuas at least like think that they're strong, even if they're not. But Ruby was just a scaredy cat. And then after Ruby's not dead, by the way, when this happens, we get a cat.
Okay.
We named him George. He
I
loved
love
me.
it.
Yeah, he loved me. He was a good cat. And unfortunately, he was a very what's the word? I can't think of the word. He was a big troublemaker.
Mischievous?
Yes, there we go. He was a mischievous cat. And poor thing would bully Ruby. Anyway, we ended up deciding that George seemed like he'd be better as an outside cat. So, we let him go outside. He liked it a lot. And every time I would come home, because, you know, my parents were divorced, I had to go 1 week at my mom's, 1 week over here. Every time I would come home, George would run up to me and, like, jump onto me because he missed me. So he was a very good cat to me, at least.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah. And one day, he just didn't show up to greet me. And that was it. We don't know what happened to him.
You know, a lot of animals that just disappeared, bro.
Yeah. I think I had even said at the time, man, I'm never going to have a cat that sticks around. Anyway. And then, shortly after that, Ruby somehow disappeared. So, they were both gone. Anyway, so Ruby disappeared. There's more to Ruby's story, though.
Wow, okay. Oh, the plot thickens.
Yes, like a month or two later, when we're heading out for summer vacation, and I mean, like, we used to head to Colorado for summer vacation, because there was a amusement park there that we would go to. And we get a call on the phone. They're like, hey, do you happen to know a dog named Ruby? And we're like, yeah? They're like, we found her. And we were like, oh, heck yeah, you found our pathetic dog.
You're probably like, that dog that could not survive on its own. How did it
I
survive
was
on its own?"
surprised she wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Somehow she was alive. And she wasn't very far. The people lived in town, you know? And it was like, okay, that's very shocking.
I mean, honestly,
Anyway,
if a Chihuahua was still alive, I don't think it would get very far. Those things, they are not wild animals.
Well,
They
it was
are-
just because it was such a long time till anyone said anything, you know?
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. I don't think there is anything in a Chihuahua's brain that thinks, let me go far with those tiny
Yeah,
little
that's fair.
legs.
Anyway, they were like, hey, so we'll gladly give her back to you if you want her. But, if you don't, our daughter really
Oh!
likes her.
I'm pretty sure you told me. You didn't mention what type of dog it was or anything about like this other part of the story, but I remember you did mention about a dog named Ruby. That, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Continue the story. I remember this
Yeah.
half of the story.
And, like, they're like, our daughter really likes her if you don't want her back. And my aunt was like, okay, can we call you back in, like, 5 minutes? We need to talk to Shan about this. They were like, yeah, sure. So they were like, they found Ruby. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. And then they were like, but their little girl really loves her. And I was like, oh. And even though it was sad, I left Ruby to the little girl. And when we told them, they're like, she's so excited she gets to keep Tinkerbell. And I'm like, she named her Tinkerbell? They're like, yeah. I was like, I'm starting to regret my decision. No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that. But I was like, out of all the names, why?
Yeah, remember
Fun
that's-
fact, when we first got Ruby, her name was Buttercup. We changed it to Ruby. So it was like, you went from a horrible name to an okay name to a horrible name. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I mean when we got Cole, I think I remember they thought the place thought she was a he, so they named it Luke.
Yeah.
I was like, that is the worst name ever for an animal. It's not named Luke.
Yeah. Anyways, I just figured Ruby would probably be happier with the little girl, so yeah.
Fair enough. I could never do anything like that. I'd be like, fuck little kids. This thing's mine, bitch.
Yeah, no, part of me was like, I don't want to give Ruby up. But then at the same time, I was like, I thought she was dead for like 2 months. I guess it's not the worst thing if I never see her again.
Oh,
At least I'll know she's happy.
Actually, that's fair. I guess I did not consider the amount of time it's been and how you thought she was dead. Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. Like, it was sad to not be able to get Ruby back, but like, Ruby's not dead and she'll be happy, probably, so.
Yeah, if it was like 2 weeks.
Best outcome.
If it was like 2 weeks, then I probably was like, yeah, no, that's mine. But 2 months, yeah, I can understand.
Yeah. Anyway, after Ruby, my aunt got me this black dog. Like in it was in 9th grade. I don't remember why she got it for me. I think she just was like, "Hey, you like cute dog, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Take cute dog."
Okay.
Anyway, that dog, we think it had some sort of mental problems. It just wouldn't learn anything. And we ended up having to keep it in the cage a lot just because it was a destructive dog. But her name was Charlie,
Okay.
and she was cute. In the end, we were like, okay, Charlie, we love you, but we're probably not the ones who can take care of you. So we put her up for adoption, and someone else got her.
How long was the time span of that?
That I had the dog?
Yeah, like the time you got it to the time you put her up for adoption.
Hard to remember, but it was probably like... It was probably almost a year.
Gotcha. Because by the time I knew you, I don't think you had any pets.
Yeah.
And I met
The only reason I remember when we gave it up for adoption is because I was talking to Rose about it.
Were you with Rose at the time, or?
I was, yes.
Oh. Okay, you just alright, then I would have known you
And-
at that point, but you
and
never
I-
told me about any of this or that you had any pet at all.
And like, you know, with my memory, there was a chance that like I'm just remembering talking to her about it and I hadn't. I had already given up the dog, except for one thing that makes me know I still had the dog. That's because when I made a drawing for Rose, I had her cat and my dog in it.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, from the time I knew you to the time you got mittens, I in my head, like, because you never told me about anything, you had no pets at all.
yeah.
How true is that? Because obviously you had that dog for like a tiny little bit by the time you knew me.
Other than that dog until Mittens, there was nothing else, no.
Okay. So my guess is what happened was it's because it was in that little like 4-month time span of us meeting each other but not getting to know each other at all.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, it was like 3 months, not 4. Well, hold on. No, it was like a 4-month time span. Yeah. So I assume it was in that little time span. And that's why I didn't know at all.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure this happened before she went to summer camp. So it would have been during that time. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you've had a bunch of cats. Oh, not a bunch of cats. A few cats, a bunch of dogs, and a turtle.
Yes. Also, I had a bunch of fish, but that's not super interesting. I had 5 fish. There was Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Donkey Kong.
Wonderful.
Anyway, they died like within a week, but I didn't know because they were at my aunt's house when she still was in her own house, right? And so what she did is she would constantly buy new fish just so I wouldn't think they were dead.
You told me that story.
Yeah, but slowly over time, she just was like, this isn't working. So she just would, like, slowly kill off one of them. And I'd be like, dang, Bowser ate Peach. That sucks.
I take you like 4.
Until the end where there was only one left and I pronounced Mario the winner of the Battle Royale.
Oh my lord.
And that was my fish. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've told you this before, but the only pets I've ever had was when I was like super young, like I guess 6.
Oh my god, okay. I'm sorry, I need to interrupt you. I just remembered what the name of the very first dog I talked about was. The one that I said was probably named Buddy.
Yeah.
It was named Fluffy.
Yeah, just as generic.
Yep. Took me a while, but I got it.
But yeah, when I was like, I would guess 6, 5 or probably 6, 5 or 6. I had 2 like, goldfish. They lasted like a day. Then I would say, maybe 4th grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade. I'm gonna guess 4th grade. I had a fish that we each one of my siblings got to choose a fish, and I chose one. I don't remember what it looked like at all, or what the other ones looked like, but mine lasted the longest. It lasted like 2 or 3 months, and the others died out a lot sooner than mine did. But had that, and then I had I would guess in like 6th grade, or I don't know when it was, 5th grade, 6th grade, somewhere in that time frame, I had Cosmo, and then 21 May of 2021 till now, Cole.
Yeah.
So, family's never been big on pets for a variety of reasons, but
I've always liked cute small creatures. They just never stuck around that long until Mittens.
yeah, my family's never been big on pets, mainly because my mom never had any when she was younger, and also my dad just, I don't know. I don't know. No one's ever really asked for a pet, and I think just because, in some families, no one asks for a pet, but like the parents will just like, here's a pet, and I think just because my mom never had pets, that same kind of thing just kind of naturally happened here, where we just didn't have any pets.
Gotcha.
I don't know. My mom's never really been a big animal person. Ever. She was when I was younger, she was scared of dogs, and so I was scared of dogs. I told this before to you, but I've never said it on the podcast. But she was scared of dogs, and I was scared of dogs, and then I hated dogs. So,
Yeah.
if you have any complaints about my views on animals, blame my mother.
Yeah, I don't care about your views on dogs because I'm not that big of a fan of dogs anymore. Too loud. Too much. Take too much time.
Yeah.
As long as you don't dislike a red panda and a rat, I'm happy.
I remember. I remember something I said the other day, but I cannot say it on the podcast. Not because it's like bad or anything or messed up, but other reasons.
Okay.
Let's
I don't remember what you're
let's just-
talking about.
I'll say it and you'll get it. I think I can say it without like actually saying it. You were just talking about how like dogs are just too much work and they're just too much in general. They're high maintenance.
Okay, I think I see where this is going.
And I very vividly remember calling someone a badly behaved dog the other day.
Yeah?
Good times, good times.
Yeah.
Good lordy. Anyways, I think it's about time we wrap this up. I need to do something. My timer that I set has gone off like 3 times during this podcast.
Yeah. Also because I have food now and that's why some of my responses were taking longer.
Yeah. Alright, well. Thank you anyone who listened all the way through. Doubt that's anyone, but hey.
Yeah, doubt it.
You're a real one.
Yeah. And thank you in general if you came along for our podcast ride.
Yeah, I hope we can do this again at some point. It'll be a while, if we ever do it again.
Yeah.
But,
Doo-doo.
it was...
And I
it
wonder
was-
why women don't like me.
Okay, that one caught me off guard. But,
That just reminds me of if you could be anything other than human, what would you want to be? Happy.
oh my god, that was so stupid. But, yeah, no, it was fun. I'm glad we did this. It was good. And I hope we continued again at another time. But, yeah. What Chad said, thank you for anyone who is tuned to just even, like, any of these for, even just half an hour of
Yeah.
this nonsense that we ramble on about. I hope it was entertaining. Or if, you got something out of this, at least. Whether it was just a laugh or, something to listen to in the background or helpful advice, even. But,
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Look out, Finn. Your evil alter ego. Eagle, yes.
Alter Eagle, yes.
Your evil alter ego, Finnegan Tobias, is going to go through these and find our weak points. That's what he got out of this.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to bring Finnegan Tobias back.
What was the last name?
Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Finnegan Tobias Lincoln.
Oh, Lord. I feel like you're just gonna make that an ongoing joke now.
I hope so.
Alright, well, thank you for listening, and, I would say, like, subscribe or like or something, but you don't need to do anything. Just hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.